ended up in 3rd and long, and they just weren't able to convert it. So I think that they have to, make more yardage on 1st and 2nd and either pick up first downs then or have a shorter yardage situation to go.
That would be the key. Here's Leahy ready. Wind at his back. Good kick. It'll be Richard Williams again. From the 5. Just to the 15. That's where Atlanta's offensive unit will take over. Marion Barber was down for the Jets to make the tackle. He usually is.
I'll tell you, that was a great kick and great coverage because we always figured that if you could stop him inside the 20, that was good coverage. And when you have to kick off from the 30 and you stop him at the 15, that's about the best you can do.
That's a good job. Robinson, the H-back. Tight end Arthur Cox over on the left side. Robinson goes back to the right end motion. Hand off. That's Gerald Riggs as Andrews gets a rest. Andrews was the only man to carry the ball for the Falcons in the first half.
When the Falcons started off this year, when Dan Henning came and they went to the one back, they were going to use William Andrews and Gerald Riggs alternating to keep both of them fresh. And Riggs had rib injuries, and he's been out for 2 or 3 weeks, so Andrews has had to do most of the playing.
And he doesn't object at all. Still Gerald Riggs now, the lone setback. That's Johnson in motion. And off to Riggs. Riggs slips down. Gets out to about the 16. He thought he had some room, but lost his footing.
Well, he tried to make that one cut, and when he planted his right foot, it just slipped out from under him. It was a counter play. We watch him. He'll make a little step here to the left, a little fake to the left. You see the little step there? Now he's going back to the right. Now he has the guard pulling there. Now watch what happens here. He starts to plant that right foot and bring the left foot over, and it just slipped out from under him.
So it's 3rd and 9, and Bartkowski drops. Now he rolls out to his left. Throws to his left. Short of a first down. Caught by Jenkins. Knocked out of bounds.
You see,
Johnny Lynn.
Excuse me. But that's been happening to the Falcons all day. They get 3rd and long, then they complete the 3rd down pass, but it's never enough for the first down. So the statistics look good, but they're not getting first downs. If you're 3rd and 9, you have to complete a 10-yard. But of course, that makes sense.
Mike Harmon, Giacomo back to kick for Atlanta. He did a good job in the first half. Harmon standing back at his own 45. Taking a long time. Another good kick. Harmon chased all the way back. Fumbles the ball. Penalty marker goes down. Preston Brown, and I beg your pardon. Wooly Curran was down and I think put his hand in the face of Mike Harmon. Can't do that.
Of course, he has a fair catch there, so he has to get away from him. I don't know what the penalty is, unless as you say that he got his hand in front of him. But that ball, the Jets got a lucky break there. One, that they got a penalty. That was pushing against their illegal pushing against the Falcons, but they got that break, plus the fumble went out of bounds.
Well, the rule says you can't take the receiver's path to the ball away from him, and I don't think he did that. I think he just put his hands up in his eyes so he couldn't see the ball as it came down.
As he has a fair catch, you have to give him the opportunity to make a fair and clean catch.
Interference with the opportunity to catch the kick. Kicking team. First down.
That's what they're doing, is they're saying that they didn't touch him, they didn't hit him, but he didn't give him an opportunity to make a fair catch. He got in his path. I don't know that he did. I think that ball just went right through that guy.
Nevertheless, the Jets got the penalty. Augustiniak and Crutchfield, the two runners. This is Crutchfield. Crutchfield normally had been the up back, what they call the ace back. But when Freeman McNeil went down, he took his place. The Eagles got a field goal of 24 yards from Tony Franklin. Chicago leads them 7-3. The Bengals have tied up Cleveland. 1 yard run by Kurt Schonert, and it's 14-14 in the third quarter of that game. Falcons have an injured player. Miami leading Baltimore 14-0 second period.
Sundays with Brent Musburger and company on the NFL Today. They'll give you the scores, highlights, and important stories throughout the day on CBS Sports.
Andrew Province was the injured Falcon. Finally got up and walked off under his own power. This is Dwayne Crutchfield, hit right at the line of scrimmage. Dan Benish would take Province's place. He's still Province, at whom you're looking now. Like he cut his lip. Maybe loosened a tooth.
Sometimes the teeth go through the lip.
Yeah.
What happened to Province on that play is he was on the bottom of the pile. About 7 guys ended up on top of him.
That'll make it 3rd and 6 for the Jets. Todd will have to go up top. A lot of time. Scott Durking. Stopped finally by Blaine Geisen, but Durking gets plenty enough for the first down, an 11-yard pickup.
It was an interesting play because Derek Gaffney was also in the backfield. We could look at this again. Gaffney's a wide receiver. He's in the backfield too in the I formation. He comes out to this side and goes deeper. Durking again sneaks underneath, and they all look like they're watching Gaffney, and there's Durking underneath, so they pop him with the ball, and he picks up the first down.
They're at the Atlanta 39. Todd goes to work on first down. It's time again and hits Bruce Harper, the receiver. He got about 8. Fulton Kuykendall made the hit for Atlanta. Sounds like the fans sometimes are booing when Harper does something, but what they're saying is not booze, it's Bruce. It'll be second down.
Second and 3.
Second and about 2 from the 32-yard line of Atlanta.
If that's true, all the quarterbacks in the league ought to change their name to Bruce, and then when they boo him, they'll think they're just cheering him. Boo!
Hey, I got it.
There's Todd with a lot of time again. Barkham. First down, Jets at the 13. Tom Pridemore, the Atlanta defender. 18 yards on that one, and Barkham got up slowly.
You know, we see this so often, the tight end always being hit in the middle. We see on this play, Barkham, who has been an outside receiver, lines up outside, but eventually he gets back into this area, back in the middle. See, he got past those 2 defenders. He gets in front right there and catches that hook.
Mickey Schuler has taken Barkham's place. He lines up on the left side as the tight end. Todd wants more. Inside the 5. Lamb Jones, a good catch. Pridemore again, the Atlanta defender, but Todd, a good throw.
That was a good throw by Todd and a good read by Todd because Lamb Jones ran one of those option plays. Watch him here. He's going to come in. We'll see the play here. He's going to run a hook. Then he decides to go out. You see Todd's watching him in. Then he stops and goes back out, and he hooks, and he hits Lamb Jones to the outside. Watch Jones in here. You see, he's the inside guy. Now watch him start inside. See, inside, then he stops, then he breaks back out. That was a good move by Jones, and also a good read by Todd.
It will be first and goal for the Jets. They lead 7-0. Yeah, they've come out with a more confident look in the second half as Joe Walton, their new head coach, looks on.
I think so, and I think one of the things that helped him get that confidence, Pat, was that big kickoff return.
First and goal from the 4. Durking and Harper. This is Durking. Touchdown. reception than Todd got earlier this afternoon.
You know what Joe Walton looks like is saying, that's what we talked about at halftime. You know, it's one of those deals I told you, we could do that. That's what we needed. That's what we got. That's it, guys.
Ryan will hold. Leahy will try the extra point. It is successful. And the Jets are up 14-0.
It is that. This is where the line has to do a good job. See, it's a trap play again. They made the Falcons think that they were going on a passing situation. Just open up the middle. Tim Cross made the trap, got the touchdown.
And they lead 14-0.
Let's watch a trap play here. Here's the man that they're going to trap. This guard influences and works out. The trapping guard is right here, Pellegrini. He comes across, makes the trap right here, and the ball's run inside. Now watch that trap. We always talk about a trap play. Watch here, you see the on guard works to the outside. There's the trap right there, and the ball carrier running right off it. Pretty good play down there. By the time the linebackers get there, it's a touchdown.
Good block by Joe Fields, too. Leahy's kick is deep. Richard Williams, 2 yards deep in the end zone. Coming out. Still going. Williams almost broke away from the last tackle. Got out to 30 outside the 30. Don't forget that next week CBS Sports will bring you an NFL doubleheader. John Madden and I will be at Giant Stadium for the Cowboys against the Giants. And then the Rams and Eric Dickerson, their great rookie running back against the Miami Dolphins, and a rookie quarterback named Dan Marino, who had an outstanding game last week and apparently is doing it again this week. Bartkowski. A lot of time. Jenkins finally came back, made the reception, and took a shot in the back by Darrell Ray. 13 yards and Atlanta first down.
I'll tell you, that was something where the Jet pass rush was non-existent. Bartkowski was just able to stand back there and wait for Alfred Jenkins to get open. Now watch what Jenkins does. He runs an out pattern. He sees that Bartkowski still has time, so he works back. Bartkowski finally finds him. It's enough for a first down, but there wasn't a Jet defender near Bartkowski that whole time.
There's the man who has the great reputation, but is held very well in check today by Mike Ken. Warren Bryant gave the wrong guy credit. Bartkowski. Pass picked off by Lance Mill. Through the hands of Arthur Cox and into the hands of Mill. Only the second interception of the year off of Bartkowski, and not his fault.
Bell's going to take that ball home with him. Now watch this. Now Arthur Cox, number 88, he's a tight end. He comes across here. Now he's open. Bartkowski finds him. Hits him right there. Just goes right through his hands. Bell was covering him, and he caught the bounce.
Lance Mill gives the Jets great position. They lead 14-0 already.
Mississippi, Emmy Award winner Tyne Daly guest stars as Ben is caught in a deadly cover-up.
Look at me. I've got to know what happened.
Tuesday.
There's a fan that's ready for everything. First down, Jets. Ball's at the Atlanta 47. Odd going to work. Steps up in the pocket. Complete. Down the middle. Derek Gaffney made the reception on his knees.
I think, as you said, after halftime, I think that drive that the Jets got on the punt return, they got that big 15-yard penalty, gave them good position. They drove down and got the score. And I think that now they're getting their confidence back. I felt that the first team to get their confidence will probably win this game. And it looks like the Jets are the first team.
Todd 16 out of 21 for 187 yards. Back to throw again. Falcons blitz. Jets pick it up. Lamb Jones inside the 10 to the 8. 31 yards. Blaisbrook made the tackle.
There's another example of the blitz. You know, it's good to put pressure on Todd, but watch Lamb Jones here. He's man-to-man on Bob Blaisbrook, and that's really a mismatch. Blaisbrook is probably the slowest man in the Falcons secondary. Let's watch this pass protection down here in the pitch. There's Andrew Province going there. Good pass protection. Roll him right to the outside so Richard Todd could step up.
So the Jets have it first and goal at the Falcon 8. Augustiniak to about the 4. Fulton Kuykendall came up to hit him.
You see Joe Walton there. He has a headset on. The coaches that he's talking to are right next to us here, so we can see both ends of that conversation. See the coaches talking, Joe Walton hearing, and then send in the play. Probably another running play.
I would think so in this situation.
Well,
second and goal from the 3.
If you do run on second, then you also have to run on third.
Jets already leading Atlanta 14-0, trying for more. Augustiniak, touchdown. Banging over the left side.
Doesn't it just look like Joe Walton is really getting a load off his shoulders?
Oh, yeah. Does it ever. Leahy, 21-0. And Dan Henning, knowing he's got a lot of work to do. Here's the touchdown again.
Good blocking in there by the left side of the line. Joe Pellegrini and Chris Ward make a good hold, good movement going backward.
Pat Summerall, John Madden at Shea Stadium. The story of the last Jet scoring drive. 4 plays, 47 yards after the interception by Lance Mell. Augustiniak got the touchdown. Leahy ready to kick off.
Isn't it funny how the kickers line up to the side of the ball, all these sideways? You know, there's only one straight-ahead kicker in the NFL now. That's Mark Mosley, an endangered species.
Leahy drives it to Lynn Kane at the 3. Kane taken down by Jim Eliopoulos. Jets just picked him up. Flag was down on the kickoff return. A reminder that next Saturday the NBA returns to CBS. Ralph Sampson's debut in the NBA and Tommy Heinsohn's debut with CBS. The Spurs against the Rockets live at 3:45 Eastern Time next Saturday.
Yeah, we're talking about confidence and turning things around. The Jets are really turning on now. The last 5 times they've had the ball, they've had 3 touchdowns. They missed a field goal and had a field goal block. So the last 5 times that they've had the ball, they've had an opportunity to score every time.
Number 22, receiving team during the return.
On the other hand, everything seems to be going wrong for Atlanta. Richard Williams, the illegal blocker. So they'll start once more deep in their own territory at their own 8 with 6:20 left to play in the second half. This is Riggs or Andrews? Darrell Riggs. Let's check out some of the other scores as Bob Crable made the tackle. Steve Bartkowski looking things over. Washington 28. Detroit now 10. A 13-yard run by Billy Sims. Minnesota 17. Green Bay 3. 1-yard touchdown run by Teddy Brown. Cleveland 21, Cincinnati 14, Miami 21, Baltimore nothing. Second quarter. On second down, Falcons again give it to Riggs. Riggs breaks out of the pack. Gerald Riggs rumbles out to the 25. It's an Atlanta first down. Bobby Jackson and Ken Schroy combine to stop him.
Let's watch this play now. Now, Bo Robinson comes in motion. See, he comes in motion, and he traps in there, and Riggs runs right off that trap. That's not a bad play. You know, that's that big thing that H-back can do now. Let's watch Warren Bryant here block on Gastineau. There he is. Right, geez, did he fire into him? He put him right on his back. Now, that's the way to run block. Fire in, boom, and put him right down like that. That's not bad.
He's doing a good job today. There is Marty Lyons, who made the stop. Penalty flag has been thrown already. Flag on the far side of the field.
Marty Lyons looked like he started to do a little dance, didn't he? And then he thought, no, that's not my thing. I don't want to do that.
It's the third sack of Bartkowski. The penalty was against Atlanta. The Jets will refuse.
Holding, number 66, offense, penalty decline.
Let's see if we can watch that. That's on Warren Bryant, the guy that just made the good block on the play before that. Now, he's legal there. His hands are inside. He's okay there. See, now Gastineau starts to go in, and it looked like he may have pulled him down with his left hand. Look at his eyes look for that official. Did you see me? Yep.
Guilty. Second and 18. Riggs again. Nothing. Maybe a yard. For an NFL update, let's take you back to our New York studios and Brent Musburger.
Pat, I don't know if there's enough time for Detroit, but Billy Sims, who came off the injury list last Sunday and scored for the Lions, gets the corner turned down here at RFK Stadium, and now it's 28-10, but the Skins are still dominating. Let's go back to Pat and John.
The Jets are dominating here, 21-0 over Atlanta, with Atlanta having all kinds of problems. Bartkowski has Jenkins. Jenkins has the ball. And that'll be enough for a Falcon first down as Jenkins makes the catch and is knocked out of bounds by Darrell Ray. 26 yards on the first down, Atlanta.
That's one of those things. It's a double zone, and we see Bartkowski sees it out here to the left, and he hits it between the short guy, who was Jerry Holmes, and the deep guy was the safety, Darrell Ray, coming over. That's one of those timing things that you have to hit before Ray gets over there, and he did it.
He has one of the strongest arms, Bartkowski, in the NFL. Jenkins has caught 6 passes now for 89 yards after having his long string broken last week. Jets doing a lot of pointing. Riggs again goes straight ahead and plows for a first down. Riggs goes 225, and there's nothing wrong with William Andrews, by the way. Just getting a rest, and Riggs is getting some time and taking advantage of it.
Riggs just got in there. You know, usually those centers and guards are big, wide base guys, and he looked like he just got right in there with those guys and just pushed the middle of that Jet defense about 8 yards.
It'll be 2nd and 1. Riggs got 9 or 9.5. That's Johnson in motion. Bartkowski back to throw. Picked off. Bobby Jackson with the interception. Bartkowski had only 1 intercepted all year until today, and he's had 2 today.
Well, you know, it was interesting. It was the same pass to the right that he had just completed to the left. And it was the same coverage. It was that double zone. We don't see it from here. We see Bartkowski, but he's looking out to the right. It was that double zone where the corner came up and the safety came over. I watched the corner, though. You see Bobby Jackson just worked right back, and he was in good position to intercept that ball.
A pass was intended for Stacey Bailey. Intercepted by Jackson. The Jets continue to lead and lead 21-0.
Here's Bobby Jackson. He's the short man, the underneath man. Here's Ken Schroy. He's the deep man. Bartkowski's trying to get the ball in here. but Jackson makes a nice reaction and intercepts it in front of him. Now watch this. You see Jackson's there playing underneath. Troy is deep. Jackson just steps in front of the ball. See, the play before that they'd completed, there was a bigger gap between Jerry Holmes and Darrell Ray on this side. On that side, that was a pretty short gap he tried to throw it in.
It would be hard to get the ball in there. It was. Jets take over 1st and 10. Just got word that Jerome Barkham has been taken to the Jet locker room for x-rays on his ribs. Remember, he caught a pass down deep in Atlanta territory earlier. Took a pretty good shot from the ribs. So Mickey Schuler is now the tight end for the Jets.
Also,
2nd and 12. 2:58 left to play now. 3rd quarter. Jets 2nd and 12. Todd back to throw. Misses Dwayne Crutchfield coming out of the backfield. That'll make it 3rd and long. Todd's had a good day after that disastrous day last year. On the day, 2nd half. Barkowski 3 out of 5 and 2 INTs. Todd 6 out of 7, 83 yards, no INT. On the day, 17 out of 23.
That's what they're doing there on the sideline. You know, sometimes if you're on the sideline a long time, your hamstrings start to get tightened up.
Especially on a day like today. That was Harper with the ball, short of a 1st down, and Chuck Ramsey will come on and punt for the Jets.
You know that Bruce Harper's an exciting little guy.
Really
I mean, you can just feel him when you see him on the practice field, in the locker room, and he just kind of has excitement in his body. You know, he's always jumping around and joking and laughing, and like Eddie Murphy or someone.
He's had a good day today. 4 carries for 90 yards. One of them being that 78-yard touchdown run.
I like guys like that. They have a lot of life in them.
Yeah. Ramsey standing at the 30. Billy Johnson back deep for Atlanta. Ramsey's kick slides off the side of his foot. Johnson has to let it bounce. And again, the Atlanta Falcons will start way back in their own territory. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League, and it's intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the New York Jets and the National Football League is prohibited. Falcons all staring at the mud. Cleveland 21, Cincinnati 21. That game in the 4th quarter already. This one has 1:50 left to go in the 3rd quarter, with the New York Jets leading 21-0 over Atlanta. Barkowski back to throw. He has time. Screen pass to Riggs. 2 blockers in front. Darrell Riggs hammers his way out to the 35. Lance Mel made the trip.
That's why we'll see the screen pass develop here. We see Riggs, he hides in there behind that tackle, so the linebackers can't see him. And then he lets his lineman get out in front. Now he's going to get a block from his left, then he's going to get a block right there from Thielman on his right, and he just goes right through that seam. And all due respect to Gerald Riggs, though, I'm surprised William Andrews isn't in there.
Barkowski back. He'll have to throw almost every down from now on. Stacey Bailey had it, and they say it's complete. Darrell Ray made the hit. Bailey went up, came down with it. When he hit the ground, the ball bounced out of bounds. But the ground can't cause a fumble, right?
Right, the ground can't cause a fumble. It's the same pass, the same coverage. That double zone trying to hit in front of the safety. You see it right there. He comes down. Now he has to come down with both feet. And it looks like the ground did cause the fumble. If both feet got down and he had control of the ball, which I don't know.
Joe doesn't like it.
Well, the officials look like they know, but the other thing, when the guy's in the air, he has to have control of that ball when both feet hit the ground. I don't think he had control when that second foot hit the ground, whether the ground caused it or not.
But he was cradling it. Riggs left side for about 4. Marty Lyons made the tackle. Bartkowski takes the signals from the sideline. They do it by hand signals. Washington 31, Detroit 10, third quarter now. And Minnesota still leads Green Bay 17-10. Lynn Dickey just hit John Jefferson with a touchdown pass for the Packers. 2nd and 7 as Riggs got 3. 30 seconds left to play, third quarter. Jets leading 21-0. Crable blitzing, Bartkowski looking deep. Stacey Bailey knocked out of bounds at the Jet 15. Darrell Ray. Good throw.
Well, that's that new pass that Bartkowski has where he rolls out a little. And he said he likes that because he can buy time. And we watched Stacey Bailey, the inside guy. See, the outside guy runs short. Bailey comes deep and to the outside, and then he's able to get the corner. He beat Jerry Holmes there. Now watch Bartkowski's rollout. See, he starts like it's a straight back, inviting the defense in. Then he has a center pull out here. Jeff Van Note in front of him. He rolls out to the right, gets a little extra time to find Bailey.
Ball at the Jet 15, 1st and 10 for the Atlanta Falcons with 10 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Not sure what's going on right now. Maybe something wrong with the clock. Jerry Seaman indicating that.
There's something wrong with Jerry Seaman's mic, too.
Yeah.
Maybe the rain caught him. He may have some water inside that thing.
While we have another second, a reminder again that we have a doubleheader here on CBS next week. The first game being the Dallas Cowboys here in Gotham at Giant Stadium against the New York Giants. And the Los Angeles Rams against the Miami Dolphins. That's at 3:30 Eastern Time. And that should be a very interesting contest. And of course, it's all preceded by the NFL Today. Brent Berg, Charles C. and Jimmy DeGreek.
At the end of the field.
Now his mic is working.
But it wasn't working when he was telling us what happened.
I think it's a problem with the scoreboard clock. But they both say the same thing, the two clocks that we can see. Both say 10 seconds remaining. Bartkowski 18 out of 26. Throw. Does. Johnson. That's an Atlanta Falcon touchdown. And White Shoes Johnson does his dance in the end zone.
He was doing the dance. One of the Jets gave and knocked the ball out of his hand. Billy White Shoes Johnson was one of the first guys to do a dance in the end zone when he used to play for the Houston Oilers.
Got those fluid knees. That was Darrell Ray who came by and knocked the ball out of his hand. So it's 4 seconds left to play in the third quarter. The Falcons get on the scoreboard. Penalty against the Jets. And Seaman's microphone is back on the blink.
I'm sure what he's saying is that the penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
That's right. Luckhurst will try the extra point as the Falcons do get back in the contest. They went 82 yards in 5 plays to get it done. Touchdown pass from Bartkowski to Billy Johnson from 15 yards out.
You know, if that's a 15-yard penalty that's going to be assessed, the Falcons may think in terms of an onside kick.
Makes it 21-7. Here is the touchdown one more time.
Well, Billy White Shoes Johnson is the H-back on passing downs. We're going to see Bartkowski looking. White Shoes is going to come from the right-hand side of the screen. You see right there underneath the linebacker, underneath Crable, and then he just turns it up right into the end zone. See, again, they drive those linebackers deep and bring the receiver underneath. Now here's that little dance. I just tell my players, man, I don't want to see this dance. Then I'd do it like that, and my guys would say, they'd laugh. So you aren't going to see that. That was Darrell Ray who came by and knocked the ball out of his hands right in the middle of his deal.
Bart Kwiatkowski was 4 out of 4 on that drive for a total of 79 of the yards of the 82 that they went.
You know, now that was a 15-yard penalty, Pat. We don't know exactly what it was, but the Falcons are lining up to kick off from the 50-yard line. Now, this isn't a bad time to try an onside kick.
When you're down by 14, if you kick it away, the odds are you're going to kick it out of the end zone, so they'll bring it back to the 20. 4 seconds left to play. Third quarter. A lot of people have called it a day, it would seem. And it's been raining and raining and raining. A lot of empty seats around. Wet ball might make an onside kick a little more effective.
Especially the wet field. You know, a lot of guys sliding around and slipping, trying to go for the ball. I would do it.
Jets are expecting it. They don't do it. Out of the end zone, they'll come back to the 20.
I think they may have wasted some type of opportunity there because, you know, it's easy to kick it in the end zone. I would think either an onside kick or just a line drive squib kick or something that you may get a fumble on.
So that's the end of the third quarter with the score of the Jets 21, the Atlanta Falcons 6, a 7. And we now pause for word from your local station.
Car Division and your Cadillac dealer. And by K-Care, where quality automotive parts and service are Kmart priced.
One more quarter to go. Pat Summerall and John Madden at Shea Stadium, a very wet Shea Stadium, where the Jets lead Atlanta 21-7. Atlanta's lost 4 in a row. The record is 2-5. The Jets are 3-4. Both have been disappointing. Here's Richard Todd throwing on first down, intended for Mike Augustiniak, and he couldn't quite juggle it enough to maintain possession. Here come the passing situation backs, Scott Durking and Bruce Harper.
Here comes the third down backs on second down.
So that ought to tell us something.
Joe Walton says we have third down backs. We use them on second down. We use them on first down. Third down backs on second down. Sounds good to me.
It's different. On a quick count. And the third down backs, who are supposed to be receivers, carry the ball again on second down. Scott Durking, short of a first down.
That has to be part of their plan, is to put the passing down backs in and then hit them with a trap. You see again, here comes Joe Pellegrini, who's a left guard. He pulls around and he leads right through there. The back, in that case, Scott Durking, left him and cut back from where Joe Pellegrini pulled. So that makes it a sucker play.
Yes. 3rd and 2. Again, they go on a quick count. Todd. And Bruce is out of bounds, but the Jets have the first down. James Britt knocked him out. You can see some of those empty seats and wet folks.
They still can yell brew when he catches a pass for a first down. Brew. That wouldn't be bad if all quarterbacks named themselves Bruce, and all coaches, a lot of coaches.
Yeah, that would be.
You know, you think, heck, they aren't booing me, man. They're just, they like me. That's the old deal about getting front in the parade and when they're running you out of town or whatever that deal is.
I haven't heard about that deal. First down. Jets with a little breathing room at their own 36. They go back with the first down and back. And the Falcons stack it up after a yard. Just over 14 minutes left to play, and Atlanta down by 2 touchdowns. What they need now is no more Jet first downs and the football.
What it is, it's a deal where if the posse, if they're running you out of town, you get at the beginning of the line of the posse, and they think it's a parade for you.
They think it's a tribute instead of a disgrace.
There's still some people out there running that marathon, too.
Yeah, I bet all of them haven't finished. They started at 10:30 this morning. imagine doing that. Todd back to throw. Now he's under pressure. Now he comes out of it. Penalty marker is down. The pass was complete to Mickey Schuler, the tight end. But they were holding, I'm sure.
That has to be holding against the Jets when the referee calls it back there. And they've held him out that long. Yep, someone was holding. Referee Jerry Seaman caught him.
Yard gain wiped out, and the Jets go back. Joe Walton continues.
Holding. Number 79, offense.
That's big Marvin Powell, the right tackle. You see it right there in the middle of the picture. See, he has his left arm up. And he just grabs him. It looks like
by the chin strap.
Looks like Jeff Yates trying to work inside, and he got him around the neck.
Second down. Todd goes back to throw. He has a lot of time this time. He had a man open who slipped down. It was Lamb Jones. Todd threw it a little bit behind him, and he's disgusted with himself. A couple of other scores just to keep you up to date. Washington 38, Detroit 10. 1-yard run by Reggie Evans, his third touchdown of the day. New England 14, Buffalo nothing. New England trying to knock Buffalo out of first place. Cincinnati's taking the lead over Cleveland. 41-yard interception returned by Ken Riley. The veteran cornerback has given Cincinnati the lead over Cleveland. Derek Gaffney comes wide left, Walker wide right, third and 18. Not back to throw. Under pressure, now he steps up in the pocket, and now he can't get away. I believe it's Buddy Curry who finally makes the stop, and the crowd not very happy with Richard Todd. Third sack of the day by the Atlanta defense.
This is the type of thing where Buddy Curry really isn't coming on a blitz. Now, Todd, again, didn't have anyone open because he had pretty good time here, but there was no one to throw it to. So he looks, nothing there. Starts to come out. Now Curry, who was in pass defense, sees him run, and he comes on a delayed blitz, and he gets him in his grasp, and the referee blew his whistle.
Billy Johnson back deep for Atlanta. Ramsey put a little rush on, and Ramsey gets off a dandy. Johnson fields at his 35, slips one tackle, cuts up field. Johnson with a lot of room. Billy Johnson swings to the outside. Johnson checks, still on his feet. Johnson down the sideline to the Jet 25. Great return by White Shoes Johnson. Augustiniak finally took him out of bounds. 45-yard punt, 41-yard return, and a penalty marker down.
I've always felt that Billy White Shoes Johnson may have been one of the best punt returners in this league that it's ever had. You watch that. He starts up the middle, makes moves, all kinds of moves, outruns someone here, and then he gets up, little dance here, jumps over, still going up the sideline. I'll tell you what, you know, at 21-7, this thing isn't over yet.
Oh, no, not by any means. 12 and a half minutes left to play. And the Falcons have it in good shape with the Jet 25. Now William Andrews is back. He had a good arrest. Briggs did a good job. Has an Atlanta touchdown. And as you said, John, this thing is now definitely not over. Bob Trable was the nearest defender, but Andrews out of the backfield beat him.
That was the type of thing you're always talking about, isolating a back on a linebacker. And here they get William Andrews. Watch him here at 31. He gets man-to-man on 50. Bob Trable right there. Trable has no help. He tried to bump him. Andrews is too strong. He gets by it, and it's a touchdown. That's a mismatch.
Luckhurst to try the extra point. Mike Morosky, backup Atlanta quarterback, is number 15, the holder. And Luckhurst gets the Falcons closer. It's 21-14 now. Another marker is down. Penalty. Andrews loosening up over on the sideline. Still a lot of time left.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, leverage, number 76 on the defense. The extra point is good. A 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the succeeding kickoff.
Rudolph is number 76. And the crowd, I don't think, understands what leverage is. It means you can't get on somebody else's back, or you can't put somebody on your back to try to block an extra point.
That's what he's talking about. Ben Rudolph saying, what does leverage mean?
I know about mud and dirt and other football terms, but what's leverage? CBS, they'll kick off again from the 50 now. Would you do that thing again?
Probably not. I think, you know, the last time with 14 points down, I would have tried something. Now, maybe not an onside kick, but I still think some kind of line drive squib kick would be good because it's wet and muddy out there, and you can always come up with a fumble. I wouldn't just kick the ball in the end zone, though.
Luckhurst, left-footed. Now he may be getting some instructions or telling somebody something, just in the nature of what you're talking about.
I wouldn't be surprised if he does it to this side, to his right side. Well, now he's passing the word down to the left side. Maybe he's going to do it there.
To his right side. That would be hard for him to do, left-footed.
He told the guys on the right first, then he told the guys on the left.
Yeah. There you go. Now that makes sense. Hurt Springs cuts around to the outside. Is knocked out of bounds at the Jet 27. Pridemore knocked him out of bounds.
I think that was smart. I think when you have the opportunity to kick from the 50-yard line, you have to do something different with it. There was something different. You know, the outcome wasn't any different, but at least it was a different try at something.
It was a good idea. 21-14, the Jets over Atlanta. 1st and 10 for the Jets. 12-14 left in the contest. Ball at the Jet 25. And the defense has a job to do now. They give to Augustiniak, and he spins for pretty good yardage, about 5. Buddy Curry, Pridemore.
No, I know one thing. With 12 minutes left, the Jets sure can't get conservative now.
Nope.
Because I think, you know, Atlanta in the first half, I didn't feel that they were in sync or they had much confidence. But now I think they're getting in sync and they're getting more confidence, and the Jets better control the ball.
5-yard gain on the play.
Steve Bartkowski over on the sideline. It's 2nd and 5 now from the 30 for the Jets.
Bartkowski looks like he can't wait to get back in there, doesn't he?
I'll bet. He's been pretty successful the last 2 times they've had the ball. 2nd and 5 from the 30. Todd's going to throw. Well, he's not being conservative. He's got a man, and he missed it. It was Green Crutchfield coming out of the backfield, and Todd threw behind him. Threw too quickly. Not upset with himself. Total offense by the half. See, in the first, the Jets were very effective.
Joe Walton's getting that concerned look on his face again, isn't it?
He was all smiles a few minutes ago. 3rd and 5. See what Todd chooses to do here. Falcons don't blitz. Todd has a lot of time. Had a man open. Couldn't quite get it to him. It was Bruce Harper, the intended receiver. And the Falcon defense does its job. Chuck Ramsey will have to come on and punt for the Jets. The dangerous Billy White Shoes Johnson back for Atlanta. There's Ramsey.
Billy Johnson.
That's not very good. He has 3 punts for only 27-yard net. That's probably the most important statistic of the punter. Not how far you kick it or how long it stays in the air, but what the net is.
We'll check the hang time. It ought to be pretty good hang time. Johnson gets away from the first Jet defender and sets sail again. Billy Johnson has one man to beat. It's Ramsey. Johnson still on his feet. Johnson will go all the way.
things for this team. Billy Johnson, as I said, I think he's one of the best punt returners that this league's ever had. But he also plays wide receiver, the H-back. But here, now watch him. You know, for a little guy, he can break tackles. See, he broke that first one. He has speed, he has quickness, he has elusiveness. Punter man-on-man. He said, I'm not going to let him get me out of bounds. So he stops, cuts back against the grain. Here he comes into the end zone. And for the second time today, he gives a little dance. It's not quite what it used to be.
No. Maybe he was just tired. 71 yards. Luckhurst ties it. It's 21-21. Seventh career return for a touchdown by Billy White Shoes Johnson. High score at Shea.
Header featuring the Dallas Cowboys against the New York Giants and the Los Angeles Rams against the Miami Dolphins, plus other regional action, all starting with the NFL today on CBS Sports.
Under that coat is Billy White Shoes Johnson. That's something. What he's done today.
But, you know, those are the type of guys, when you get ready to play the Billy White Shoes Johnson over the years, those are the kind of guys that keep you up at night.
I'd say. Kirk springs back deep for the Jets, and look out. Almost springs loose. The Jets will take over just outside their own 35. Chicago 7, Philadelphia 6. Another field goal by Franklin. They're in the fourth quarter at the vet. New England 21, Buffalo nothing, fourth quarter. 50-yard touchdown run by Tony Collins. Kansas City 10, Houston 10. 32-yard field goal by Houston's Flory and Kemp to tie things up. First and 10 Jets in a game that's really has changed complexion very rapidly. Todd goes back to pass on first down. Has time. Has Harper. Out of bounds by Curry.
You know, an interesting thing here, Billy White Shoes Johnson is from Widener College. The center for the Jets, Joe Fields, is from the same college. When the Jet scouts went to look at Billy White Shoes Johnson, they found Joe Fields. That's why Joe Fields is playing for the Jets today, because of Billy White Shoes Johnson.
Johnson, of course, went to Houston. Had such a great career there.
Widener College. You always put little in front of it.
Yeah. From the 43, Todd again will throw. Again he has time. He's got Mickey Schuler wide open. Schuler steps out of bounds.
It won't count, though, Pat. Chris Ward was holding again.
Oh, those penalties.
Yeah.
26-yard gain is about to be wiped out. Schuler maneuvered himself way out behind everybody else. Holding against the Jets.
And Chris Ward did the same thing. Left tackle, he was on the open side here, and this official on this side was watching. I was watching the same thing he was. He held him, dragged him down, and boom, that flag came flying out of there.
Last time we were here, between the Rams and the Jets, we were here for what, like 4 hours and 20 minutes?
Number 72, offense.
That'll wipe out that pass completion from Todd to Schuler, and it'll make it 2nd and 11 from the 33. Very concerned Joe Walton now. Rain continues. Todd with time. And now here comes Pitts. And he takes him down. And it's the 4th sack.
And that's Chris Ward again. Now, Chris Ward is really hurting the Jets here. He had the 15-yard penalty. Watch, he's a left tackle at the end of the screen here. See, he's working against Mike Pitts. Pitts starts outside, then turns and comes back inside. See, he gets Ward going up the field, and then he turns and cuts in underneath him and gets the sack.
Loss of 5 on the play.
Ward's lost about 15 or 20 yards there on 2 plays.
It'll make it 3rd and 16. They had it 3rd and short. And they're headed in the other direction. Durkin and Harper behind Todd. Todd throws to Durkin. Nowhere near first down yardage. And the crowd are upset as Buddy Curry took Durkin down, and well, you just got to hold your breath because you're going to see Billy White Shoes Johnson back returning the punt again.
Right, and that's not Todd's fault. He completed a pass to Schuler, and Chris Ward was holding. And, of course, Chris Ward got beat, and he was sacked. So that's a tough thing to blame the quarterback for.
Chuck Ramsey back to punt. Billy Johnson, 2 returns, averaging 56 yards a return. What a great weapon that is. Ramsey. Johnson comes up quickly. Fumble. He got it back. He took a look just before the ball got there to see where the coverage was.
I know it was coming from his left side. It didn't look like there was anything on his right side.
Shaken up just a bit is Billy Johnson.
But he's really watching the ball in. See, and then he tried to get his head upfield to see where the coverage was coming from. He got it up a little too soon.
Did well to get the ball back. He's hurting a little bit right now. We'll start the second half of the season next week. William Andrews got a yard, nothing more. Kenny Neal, Marty Lyons wrapped him up. Andrews slow in getting up. Clock is running with 8:45 left to play in the game. At the end of the day, of course, we'll be back in the studio, or back to the studio. On 2nd and 3, Bartkowski gets it out to, couldn't tell if it was Jenkins or Bailey. Stacy Bailey. 10-yard gain. Atlanta first down. Bartkowski just got rid of the ball. Sorry, Jim.
Excuse me. You know, the Falcons all day have been doing a pretty good job of pass protection for Bartkowski. They didn't do much in the first half, but they've really been doing a pretty good job of keeping that defensive line off the quarterback. Although Klecko got there right at the end of that one, didn't he?
Told you a minute ago that Billy White Shoes Johnson had returned 7 punts for touchdowns in his career. The record is shared by Jack Christensen and Rick Upchurch. Christensen is on the Atlanta coaching staff. The record is 8, so Johnson's close. Bartkowski back to throw again. Down the middle. He has Billy White Shoes Johnson. I didn't think he'd be back in the game this quickly.
I'll tell you, he does everything, doesn't he? He's a punt returner. He lines up in motion. Here he is in a slot right here. He's just going straight up the field. You see, past the linebacker. You see Bob Grable there. He points to him. That doesn't do any good. Someone has to cover him. Ken Schroy finally gets here. You see Grable goes by and he goes, there he goes.
Sure is. Looks like him.
You know, one of the things that could hurt the Jets right now is Darrell Ray, their free safety's out of the game. Kirk Springs is in his place.
Andrews barrels straight ahead. Down to the 30.
Darrell Ray has a hip injury, and you know, when a team's going to pass, you get into the tie game, you know, 7 minutes to go. You like to have that experienced free safety back there.
And Darrell Ray is one of the best. Still a lot of time left. 7:15 now. Falcons at the Jet 30. 2nd and 5. There's Bo Roberts. Here is William Andrews for an Atlanta. Back in the press lounge. If it really gets nasty, the field really gets wet, watch William Andrews because he's a great mudder.
Well, that's the thing he is. And the other big thing is in the second half. You know, those big, strong fullback types always gain more yardage in the second half than they do in the first half. The defense is a little slower. They get to read the defense. They get a better feel. And I think from now on, Andrews could be a big part of this game.
He scored one touchdown. Johnson has the other two for Atlanta. Bartkowski looking. Junior Miller to the 20, slipped down. A couple of final scores from around the league. Let's check them. Cincinnati beat Cleveland 28-21. You knew they had to break out of whatever it was that was wrong with them sooner or later. And that's the final. 7-6. The Bears over Philadelphia. I wonder if Mike Ditka hit anybody today.
Defensive battle. He probably loved that one.
Yeah.
Mike Ditka and old Swamp Fox, Marion Campbell.
New England 24, Buffalo nothing. 2nd and 6 for the Falcons. All's at the Jet 21. Johnson in motion. And Bartkowski back throwing quickly. Intended for Jenkins. Jerry Holmes did a good job as the defender. Kansas City 10, Houston 10 in overtime, and we might be headed in that direction ourselves. Boy, it's really raining now.
I'll tell you one thing, I'm sure the Falcons would like to get a first down here because with this rain and that slippery turf, a field goal from this area really isn't a cinch thing. But I don't think any field goal is a cinch thing.
Kickers don't think so, I know that.
No, kickers hate to hear the word chip shot, don't they?
Yes. 5:37 left to play. Andrews in motion this time. Bartkowski gets the ball. It's going to be close to a first down. To Andrews.
Very interesting spot here.
I think it's first down.
Well, the officials are going to measure. You know, if it's not, it'll be an interesting decision for Dan Henning. Score tied, you know, and you only have inches to go. Do you go for it, or do you kick the field goal?
It would be about a 30-yard field goal. The Falcon players who are on the field are saying it is. John Scully just signaled over to Henning and to his bench that it is a first down.
And the Jet defense is staying out there, and they look like they believe it is, too.
Well, they thought they might as well ask for the measurement, but it is by a foot. Now, John Scully has developed into an outstanding guard. Andrews caught 7 passes now. Bartkowski has completed 24 as Mick Luckhurst gets back inside his 10. Atlanta 21 to the Jets 21. New York was ahead 21-0.
We said it at the time, they missed a field goal and had one blocked, and you know those things usually do come back to haunt you.
Andrews was the man in motion. Bartkowski rolls to his left, intended for Jenkins, but nowhere near. Bobby Jackson on the coverage. That's an interesting innovation, I guess it is, John, isn't it? Washington started that control rollout, I think, last year.
Right, and of course Dan Henning was the offensive coordinator with the Redskins, so when he came to Atlanta, he brought it in. And when we're talking to Steve Bartkowski last night, he said he likes it.
Yeah.
He said, I've never been a scrambler or a runner, but it does buy me a little time.
Andrews, the lone setback. Johnson is flanked to the right. Bailey in motion. The Jets, Gastineau jumped offside. He knows it. No dancing for Gastineau. If it does, it'll be a slow dance.
I'll tell you, that's a tough thing. You know, a defensive lineman, he's down there, he's all cocked, he's ready to go. He wants to get up, you know, come up with a big play, get a sack, make something happen. But doggone it, you got to wait till the ball's
Encroachment, number 99, defense.
Sounds like it's raining on Jerry Seaman's microphone.
There's some static electricity or something shooting through that thing.
That'll make it 2nd and 5. The line of scrimmage about the 9-yard line. Make it the 8 of the Jets. 2nd and 5. Atlanta 379 yards in total offense. The Jets with 423. Robinson in motion. Handoff. Andrews struggles inside the 5 to about the 4. Bob Crable made the stop.
I'll tell you, that was a big tackle by Crable, too, because he had a dive to get Andrews, and you usually don't bring Andrews down that easily with just one arm or something out there. He usually runs through those types of things.
8-3.
Now you think back to the third quarter.
3rd and 2.
Jets got ahead 21-0. They were using Gerald Riggs, and he did a good job. But it gave Andrews a quarter to rest. 3rd and 2. Now he does his dance. Fourth sack of Bartkowski by Gastineau. He hadn't gotten them all. That's his first.
I think he was trying to do that on the play. He jumped off sides. You know, he was anxious. He wanted to make a play. And I'll tell you, he did. Bartkowski, good coverage. He didn't have anyone open. So he was flushed out by Joe Klecko coming out up the middle. He was flushed right into the outside and Gastineau. We'll see how big that play is depending on what happens here.
Luckhurst from 32 yards out with Borowski holding. He's got it. And for the first time today, Atlanta has the lead, 24-21.
I'll tell you today, Pat, everyone in football is getting to a dance. Look, he even has a little dance. Look at that. Gastineau has one when he gets a sack. Billy White, Shoes Johnson, and now the kickers are getting a dance when they make a field goal.
He even bared his teeth. 24-21.
Who can dominate an NBA game? Ralph Sampson may be one who can. See his NBA debut next Saturday on CBS Sports.
Atlanta has the lead with 3:42 left to play. It's 24-21, a 32-yard field goal by Mick Luckhurst. Last 4 times Atlanta's had the ball, it's been touchdown, touchdown, touchdown on the punt return, and then the field goal by Luckhurst. Here's Mick. Preston and Brown and Kirk Springs back deep for the Jets. Brown, the goal line. Stops and shuffles and goes down. Falcons hammered it from 3 or 4 different directions. Thomas Tutson. Overtime, Minnesota and Green Bay. Scored on a touchdown pass by Dickey with 2 seconds left to play to put it in overtime. Harper and Durkin, the 2 backs for the Jets. Clock running, 3.5 minutes left to play as Todd goes back to throw. Long time, a lot of time. Todd throws and misses. Pass incomplete, intended for Harper. On the move, and he's hearing a few boos. They're not saying anything for Bruce now. That's for Todd.
No, those are real boos, but I think, you know, that wasn't the only one he's thrown low and behind. And it seems like in this 4th quarter that he's been low and behind on about 4 or 5 throws.
Now his team's behind. 24-21. Second down at the 22. Here is the New England final score. Those Patriots suddenly gotten to be a force. 31-0 over Buffalo. Schuler split wide to the left. 2 wide receivers, the speedsters to the right. 2nd and 10. Todd's had protection, and he has it again. And he throws. Incomplete. In and out of the hands of Lamb Jones. That was not Todd's fault.
No, that's as good as you can throw the ball. Now, that's the one thing Lamb Jones does wrong. It's one of the things. Every time he's throwing the ball, he jumps, even when he doesn't have to. Now watch here, he's going, he has his man beat. You see him jump there? He didn't have to jump. That ball hit him right in the hip. He should have just kept running and kept his eyes on that level. Because when you jump, that also jumps your eyes.
Yeah, it's hard to jump without your eyes going with you.
And you don't have to jump when the ball's at your waist.
That's right. And you're still in stride if you don't jump. Harper, the lone setback as Todd goes back again. Knocked away at the last second, intended for Gaffney, knocked away by Pridemore. Tom Pridemore jumped, timed his jump perfectly, and knocked it away. Jets will have to punt.
I'll tell you, this Atlanta defense in the second half has played very well. They've done everything they had to in this fourth quarter to stop the Jets each time. Plus, a couple times the Jets stopped themselves. I mean, Pod did complete the one. They had a penalty. Lamb Jones dropped one there, but the Falcon defense is playing very strong now.
Chuck Ramsey back to punt. Billy Johnson back deep for Atlanta. Ramsey gets off a good kick. Johnson goes over to his 35. Cradles it. Has it this time. No room. Johnny Lynn was down quickly on the Jets coverage.
Look at this coverage here and watch the job that Tom Pridemore does. Now, he can't hit the receiver before the ball gets here, so he times it, just got his left hand over his shoulder. It was a heck of a defensive effort.
That really was.
That sideline was all up there watching that too, weren't they?
They were on him quickly to congratulate. So the Falcons will take over. Put the ball down yet. They're trying to get a dry one out. Just about their own 39-yard line. With 2 minutes and 59 seconds left to play. Atlanta leading by a field goal.
Now this is when you like to have a William Andrews because the Falcons need a few first downs. 2 minutes and 59 seconds and 3 timeouts left. That's a lot of time.
Flags fly from all over the place. Andrews didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. He was about a yard short of it. See what happened. Bo Robinson may have been in motion.
Ball start, number 33, offense.
Ball start.
It was Bo Robinson, though. So now, of course, the Jets will turn that penalty down because they want it second down. They need time. They want to get the ball.
That Washington score was a final. They didn't turn it down.
That's funny.
Start, number 33, offense.
Tampa Bay, boy, that's a rare sight. They're ahead. And Pittsburgh leads Seattle 7-0. 9-yard touchdown run by Franco Harris. First and 15. Gronkowski. Pumps. Jenkins. Oh, right through his hand. Right through his hand. Jerry Holmes popped him in the back.
Jerry Holmes better watch out on that because he was frustrated because he was beaten by Alfred Jenkins, and he really hit Jenkins after he dropped the ball. They could have thrown a flag on that one. Jerry Holmes was beaten, you know, and he got a little frustrated, but you shouldn't take it out on someone. That could have been a big play for the Falcons. I think they let him off the hook there.
That'll make it 2nd and 15 as Jenkins goes wide to the left. Bailey and Johnson come out wide to the right. Johnson goes in motion. Johnson will have the reverse, and he's got some room. White shoes Johnson off to the races. Still on his feet. Lost the ball. Got it back. Atlanta got it back. Boy, what a day he's had. Is that Andrews who got it?
It looks like it is, but William Andrews, he's not going to let it go. He may have been injured on that play, but that was a heads-up play by William Andrews.
He looks like he's really hurting.
That Billy White Shoes Johnson's done it all. He's returned punts, he's caught passes, run reverses. He's done everything.
Let's just check it out. That was a 36-yard run by Johnson.
Here it is right here. He starts from right, comes around the left end. Now watch these moves he has here. He's going straight up the field, then right, then left. He picks up a block there, a little move there again. keeps on going. There's 2 guys behind him. See, he gets stripped. Now watch Andrews there, jumping the ball. William Andrews is still down.
Nice coming up. Johnson has over 200 yards in total offense. 116 of it coming on punt return. 57 receiving. 53 rushing. Total yards today, 226.
Hey, we don't have one of those deals where we vote for an MVP in a game, but I think we'd have to vote for him if they gave us a vote, for anyone asked us.
Well, at least we'll give him a scholarship.
In his name, you mean?
Yeah. Clock running now with 2:20 left to play. Andrews is out and Riggs is in. Now they go with 2 setbacks. Now they shift up. Darrell Riggs hit at the line of scrimmage and knocked backwards. Bob Crable led the defense. 2-minute warning coming up. Bartkowski comes over to the sideline. Riggs down in the dirt. In overtime, Kansas City beat Houston 13-10. The Oilers just can't buy one, can they?
I'll tell you, they have to be one of the snake-bit teams. They haven't won a game all year and changed coaches and everything.
They haven't won a game since 1981, have they?
Well, you know, we see Joe Walton on the sidelines, and that's really probably the most frustrating thing for a coach is when you're behind, you're getting down to 2 minutes left in the game, and the other team has the ball. I think when you talk about frustration, that's it. Because you know you can't do anything until you get the ball, and you're not having success getting the ball. Although with 2 minutes left, the Jets took a timeout on that play. We still have the 2-minute warning coming up.
Well, that's right.
But so they have 2 timeouts plus a 2-minute warning, so that's 3 timeouts. That's plenty of time. It's second down. If they can hold them here, the Jets will get the ball back in this game.
I don't know if I would have taken that timeout right there or not.
No, to save 3 seconds, you know, you could do that after.
You're going to get it stopped anyway when the warning comes. 2nd and 12 for the Falcons. Outside, it's Andrews. Andrews makes a spinning one-handed catch and goes out of bounds.
We just had a report that William Andrews hurt his ribs. We didn't know if he'd be back, and he's right back now.
Misses 1 play. 1:58 left to play now. Officially, Atlanta up by 3. Pat Summerall and John Madden at Shea Stadium. We just had the 2-minute warning. Atlanta 24-21 in the lead after trailing 21-0. Jets have 2 timeouts left. Atlanta has all of theirs. Tampa Bay is up 14-0 over New Orleans. Jeremiah Castile, their rookie defensive back from Alabama, just returned an intercepted pass, 69 yards, to make it 14-0.
This is a big down here for the Jets. It's 3rd down. They have to get him stopped here.
3rd and 10. Andrews is stopped. He gets down inside the 25 to about the 22 before Lance Mel tripped him up. And now, if you're Dan Henning, do you take a chance on a field goal and having it blocked, or what?
That is a tough situation. I don't know that I would take the chance on the field goal because they already have the field goal lead. But, you know, it's a 2 thing. If you don't take the chance, then if the Jets do score a field goal, then they tie you. If you kick the field goal, then they have to score a touchdown to beat you. And it looks like here, as they're talking on the sideline, that they've decided to forego the field goal try and go for something on 4th down.
It would be about 40 yards out for Luckhurst, and they're going to try it. Now, of course, there is always that ever-present danger of having it blocked and the other folks picking it up and run for a touchdown.
And, of course, the Jets are going to have all 11 men up on the line of scrimmage. And I'm sure that they, you know what wouldn't be a bad play here is a fake field goal. Because I'll guarantee you the Jets have everyone up on the line.
They'd be after it. Minnesota won in overtime, by the way. Field goal by Benny Ricardo. Luckhurst has got the distance. And he's got it. 40-yard field goal by Luckhurst. Atlanta 27, the Jets 21. The Jets down to 1 timeout remaining.
Nick Luckhurst was really pumped up on that. He looked like he could have kicked that thing 60 yards.
Yeah. He caught it perfectly.
See, now that changes everything for the Jets, because before they just had to get in position for field goal to tie it. Now there's no way that they can tie this game. They have to go after the win, which means they have to go after the touchdown.
Gotta have 6. And then hope for the extra point.
I'll tell you, they still have 1 timeout left and 1 minute and 48 seconds. If they can get some completions, that's really plenty of time. Time is not of the essence. Talent is of the essence.
They only have, just to remind you again, they only have 1 timeout left. Kirk Springs goes back deep. 21 along with Preston Brown. Luckhurst, who just hit that clutch field goal, will kick off. Minnesota in overtime, 32 yards out for Benny Ricardo. Beat Green Bay 20-17.
I'll tell you, the Falcons have worn the Jets down a little. You know, they've scored all 27 points in their last 5 possessions, including 20 of those points in this quarter. A good day's work. Nothing in the first half, 7 in the third quarter, and 20 in the fourth quarter. 20 unanswered points.
You know, you said earlier the Jets just can't afford to get too conservative. That things will get away from them. And they did. Preston Brown downs the ball in the end zone.
Jets will take over first and 10 from the 20.
Look at Luckhurst. He kicked that ball halfway through the end zone, and we were talking last night to Dan Henning, and he was saying that he was having trouble getting the ball to the goal line, but he's so pumped up now, I'm surprised he didn't kick it out of the end zone.
27-21, Atlanta over the Jets. Amazing comeback by these Falcons. They were down 21-0 and going nowhere, accomplishing nothing. All of a sudden they caught fire. Todd. Incomplete. Intended for Gaffney. He's going to hear a lot of that. That booing.
He's going to hear a lot of it, but there was no one open there. And they had 4 guys running down, you know, all doing hooking type patterns, and they were all covered by the Falcons. Good defensive coverage.
His numbers aren't bad.
But a lot of those numbers came early.
Most of them came early. Todd back to throw again. Pitts around behind him. Incomplete. Intended for Wesley Walker. He couldn't hang on. When things start to come unglued, they come unglued.
And it looks like when Todd comes unglued, he throws the ball low. If you notice that, all his bad passes have been low and behind. Todd's only 2 of his last 10 passes.
Steps up into the pocket, fires. Gaffney had it and had it jolted loose, and he took a jolt. He really was hit. Blaine Geisen hit him.
I'll tell you, watch this now. This ball is thrown high in there. He goes up for it. Now watch Geisen. He just comes and gets him right in the middle of the back, and the ball pops right out. Well, this could be the Jets' last chance. A minute 31 seconds, 4th down. They have to go for it. They need a first down.
Gaffney getting off the field, but holding his back, and you saw why. Chased by Pitts. Finally gets rid of it. Intended for Walker, and he put over his head. The Falcons know now that this one, which appeared to have gotten away from him is now in the W column.
All the Falcons are out there doing dances and celebrating. They've had a drought, going 4 games without a win. I'll tell you, they were pressing today, and that's a happy group because they know that they're a better team than having been 0 for 4.
We got that impression in talking with all of them last night. Some comeback. Jets still have 1 timeout left. The Falcons have the football. And the Jets just now have to hope for the ball to come loose somewhere. But Bartkowski's not going to try to run any plays, I don't imagine.
He'll force the Jets to take a timeout right here.
And they do. And that's their last one. Me or has it been? You have to start to wonder. Bartkowski just goes to one knee, looks at the clock. He hung in there today, didn't he?
Yeah, he sure did. I mean, that whole Falcon team did coming back and get 20 points in the 4th quarter. I think those 2 field goals hurt the Jets, Pat, when they missed the one and had the 1 block. Usually when that happens, it comes back to haunt you.
Remember, we were talking about that at the time. It happened in the first half. The Jets were down there twice and came away empty-handed both times.
I'll tell you, the Falcons in their division, before it's all over, if they continue to play like this and improve, they may be knocking on that door towards the end with the 49ers and Rams.
3-5.